So today we are going to look at Republican system of government. Our objective cuts across defining the Republican system of government, right? State its features, then list the differences between Republican and monarchy system. Now, in view of number 3, let me put it out here that the opposite of a monarchy system is a Republican system. So a Republican system is that in which there is an elected head of state by the people. In monarchy, the head of state is not elected, right? It implies that the sovereign state is referred to as a republic if the country has no traditional ruler or its representative as its head of state, but with an elected leader who has a fixed term of office. So a country is considered a republic if its head of state is elected by the people and his office has a fixed term of office. Sorry, a fixed term, like a tenure. So for instance, Nigeria is a republic because we elected Buhari and he has stayed for the 2 tenures, right? Biden is elected in USA and he's staying for a tenure. If he wins the 2nd tenure, fine. So a state is considered a republic if its head of state and head of government, as the case may be, is elected by the people and he or she has a fixed term of office. So the president can be either an executive or a ceremonial president. So Nigeria gained its independence in 1960, but don't forget, as at that 1960, the Queen of England was still the head of state, while Tafawa Balewa was the head of government. But in 1963, Nigeria became a republic with an elected head of state called Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was though a ceremonial head of state, while Tafawa Balewa was the prime minister. So Nigeria became a republic from 1963 till when we had the first military coup in 1966. However, in 1979-83, Nigeria shifted from parliamentary to presidential, still a republican system. So we call it the Second Republic, right? So Shehu Shagari became the executive head of state. So the First Republic was between 1963 and 1966. Second Republic was between 1979 and 1983. So note this, what identifies a republic is if we can be able to pinpoint the fact that the head of state is elected by the people, either directly or indirectly. Now, other countries that are republics are USA, Russia, France, Ghana, Liberia, etc. So what are the features of a republic system? The head of state is known as the president and is elected by the people, either directly or indirectly. Indirectly can be through electoral college, as the case may be. A republic must be politically independent, a sovereign state. Members of the legislature in a republic are directly elected by the people. Take notes. For example, in Nigeria, the function of the government in the republic are performed by officials, elected officials, not traditional rulers, right? So a republic constitution is entirely homemade. It's entirely homemade. That means made by the country itself, right? So there is political and legal equality in the republic. Everybody is beneath the law. The law is above everybody. So we are all equal before the law, what we call the supremacy of the law. So you see what it says here. The rule of law is essential. So he's trying to marry number 6 to 7. We're saying everybody is equal before the law. There is political equality or legal equality. That means the rule of law is an essential feature of a republic. So in a republic, everybody is underneath the influence of the law. Popular sovereignty, in which ultimate power rests with the people, is an essential feature. So in popular sovereignty, it means that majority of the people it's the people's government. It is the majority of the people's government, right? It's an intrinsic, essential feature of a republic. We can't just remove this out of the picture. So look at these features and see whether you can relate them to the concept of republic we've just explained. Now, what are the differences between the monarchy and the republic? In monarchy, the head of state is known as the monarch or represented by the governor general, like in Nnamdi Azikiwe in 1960, right? While in the republic, it is the president. So the head of state is known as a monarch, In a monarchy, the head of state is the monarch, while in a republic is the president. Presidents in the republic are elected by the people, while monarchs are not elected. Their powers are gotten in a hereditary manner. That means they inherit from their parents and pass it to their children. The legislature is elected by the people in a republic, but in a monarchy system, they are appointed. The king appoints those he feels comfortable he can work with. The monarch is believed to derive its power by divine rights, right? Like I said before, when we dealt with monarchy, people believe that the power is from the divine, so obedience is normal. While popular sovereignty is what drives the republican system, because the power of the people is what gets the government into position. The government gets into position because the people surrender their mandate to him. So it's called popular sovereignty, right? In a republic, constitution is entirely homemade, while in a monarchy system, it's really the king's saying is the law, or it may have some alien influence. Basically, what I would say here is that constitution is entirely homemade in a republic, while in a monarchy system, it can be the king's words. They can make law arbitrarily. So it's not even homemade. It is at the behest or at the request of a king. Now, the principle of rule of law is seriously adhered to in a republic. That means the supremacy of the law over every other person in the land is adhered to in a republic, while in a monarchy system, it does not exist. The reason is simple, because the king is above the law, basically, right? So that's where I'm going to stop today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. If you have any contribution, do same as well. We looked at the republican system, its meaning, its features, and we saw the difference between the republican system and the monarchy system.